Hello all of you awesome people out there, and hey Hero, I hope Faction Warfare has been treating you well. Now in this episode what we're going to be doing is converting our Faction Warfare loyalty points into some ISK. We're also going to try a new way of making money, which is going to be running Garista combat sites in high security space. But to start with, Hero, you seem to be in a different ship from last time, so have you just changed your mind on what you want to fly, or something happened? Okay, you've managed to get into a few fights. Let's have a look what's been going on. So there's our slasher, all nice and dead 14 days ago. Not really much of a big deal, it only cost a few million ISK anyway. So have you managed to kill anyone while you've been out and about, or? Oh, you have as well, a Tormentor there. Let's have a look at that one. Okay, so you had some help from a friend and you only done 30% of the damage, but to be honest that's not too bad considering the slasher was fit for speed more than combat effectiveness. You've also managed to get some loyalty points at the bottom there for killing the enemy, so good on you. Let's have a look how many loyalty points you've actually managed to earn. Alright, so click the tab at the top there to flick over to the militia we're actually part of. And we have 105,000 loyalty points, actually not too bad. So what we need to do now is buy something which is going to make us lots of ISK. Now we could simply go and buy an expensive bit of kit here and go and sell it on the markets, but I actually have a website which we can use, which will show us all the best things to buy in order to get the most ISK in return. So I'll link that website down below, so just give me a minute and we'll see what's best to get. Okay, so I've pushed a few buttons and clicked a few things, and it looks like these Republic Fleet Berserker drones are going to give us the most ISK per loyalty point. Now in order to get these, we're going to have to hand over 5 million ISK, 5,000 loyalty points, and also 5 Berserker 1 drones. Now we have enough to buy 21 sets of these, so we're going to need 105, I think. Yep, sounds about right, 105 Berserker 1 drones. So what I need you to do now, Hero, is go to G-Tech, get your hauling ship, bring those drones back here, and yeah, we'll see you in a little while. Hey Hero, just checking in, how's it going? I'm going through low sec I see, and yeah, that might have backfired. What you're best doing here is trying to jump through that gate and hope they don't lock you before you actually get into a warp. Yep, that's not worked, so turn around now and try and burn back to the gate you've come from. But yeah, looking at the firepower, I don't think you're going to make it, and that's us deaded. Now it might seem like a good idea to go through low security, especially once you've been in low security for a little while. It's like, it's not scary no more, so you might start using it more often. But there's always a chance you can run into a gate camp like this, and unfortunately, that means we have just lost all of the loot we managed to earn from Faction Warfare, which is a little bit of a pain. It wasn't a huge amount, but it would have been nice to add it onto our final numbers anyway. So yeah, you might want to go through high security space now, Hero. Get yourself to G-Tech, go get those drones, get your hauling ship, and yeah, get back here. And we'll just take it from there. Just take it on the chin. Obviously learn from every mistake, and we'll see you soon. Alright, so you managed to finally make it to a Minmatar station. You're in your hauling ship and you have the Berserker 1 drones. What you need to do now is open up the loyalty point store and actually purchase some of the Republic Fleet Berserkers. Probably best searched at the top there. Going to be a lot quicker than flicking through absolutely everything. And straight away we can see we can buy these now because they're no longer redded out, and obviously there's a little buy button there as well. Let's have a look in your item hanger. It's always good to note that you actually need to drag the drones into your item hanger, or whatever items required. They have to be in your item hanger, not in your ship cargo, or it doesn't count. Simply click buy on that and we can buy, I think it was a total of 21 of these drones. Now if this was maybe a different item, I might only buy a few and then maybe later on buy a few, but since it's drones, so they're going to sell regardless. Everyone's always in high demand, so wanting drones. So yeah, go ahead and buy all of them, and you can see the money's been taken out of our account, and now we're down to only 70 million. I know it's depressing. Let's have a look in the item hanger, and you can see we should be getting back quite a large chunk of money for these. We'll be getting our money back and extra. I'm not going to try and guess how much they're going to sell for yet. Let's just get them to Jita, and we'll have a quick crunch of the numbers there. And we're back at Jita. Once again, this place is really starting to feel like home. Got all of our Republic Fleet drones. And a few other bits and pieces. Where have you got them from? Okay, you salvaged a ship on the way. So, yeah, not too bad. Not interested in them whatsoever here. Just get them sold. Get some money back on them. And get back to the drones. Yep, not bothered by those cap boosters either. Get the drones. Get them in your item hanger. And let's get these things sold. So to start with, let's have a look at how much they're currently worth on the market. There you go, so 2599, or basically 2.6 mil, so that's really not too bad. Bear in mind we have 105 of these things, So yeah, we're going to do really well. We also have 6 buyouts there for 2.3 million. I mean, it's not terribly low. You could sell 6 if you really wanted to, Hero. But yeah, I'll leave you to the station bit. You obviously don't need any more tuition, or well, you don't need me helping you on that, should we say. You're more than capable of selling things. So just get them sold and we'll come back to you and we'll add up exactly how much you've managed to earn doing faction warfare. Obviously minus the loot, because you managed to lose that on the way, didn't you? Yeah. So get on with it and we'll see you once they're all sold. All being sold, Hero? Good to hear. Let's have a look in your wallets. 305 million. Right, hey, we're actually starting to get somewhere now. You can see there's a few orders there in and out. The market extra, that's just tax and stuff coming off. And yeah, actually doing really well. Managed to sell them obviously in chunks here and there. Didn't sell them all in one go, but they've sold. And to be honest, they've sold rather quickly as well. Let's have a look in the market, make sure there is none left there waiting to sell. We've actually sold them all. Yep, absolutely nothing selling whatsoever. And a quick look in your inventory as well to make sure we haven't left anything behind. If you managed to sell the cap boosters, good for you. But yeah, no drones or anything there, so that's it. We can now start throwing some numbers about to figure out exactly how much we managed to earn doing faction warfare. So the numbers are, Hero's been doing faction warfare for close to 5 hours on and off. We had a start balance before faction warfare of 175 million. And we now have a closing balance after faction warfare of 305 million. So if we take the 175 million off the 305, we have about 130 million. So we've earned 130 million. If we divide that by 5 for the number of hours, we get 26 million ISK an hour. And to be honest, that's not too bad, considering faction warfare is also quite fun to play. It introduces you to solo PvP. If you're a new player, it's going to get you used to using your D-scan. It's going to get you used to warping distances as well. So it's going to get you used to low security space if you've always spent all of your time in high security space. So this one is definitely a way of making money I would recommend, because it's fun. It might not be guaranteed. You might lose some ships, but you will be getting something back. And above all else, like I said, it's just fun to do. So yeah, definitely on the top 10 list of ways of making money for this series. It's also worth remembering that we are a very basic alpha account, flying the cheapest ship we could and playing quite cautious as well, because we didn't really want to lose anything. If you were playing this with some friends, or you're being more daring, or if you just spent a little bit more time and got used to faction warfare more than what Hero is here, it's quite possible you could make up to about 50 million an hour. I really think that is possible. Not done it myself, but just looking at the numbers and looking at how Hero's been playing the last 5 hours, yeah, 50 million would be the higher end, but it would be possible. So that is faction warfare done and dusted. So it's time to move on to what we're going to be trying next, which is combat sites in high security and possibly low security space. In particular, we're going to be doing the Garista sites. That's because someone commented a little while back saying I'm doing absolutely everything wrong. All the money's in the Garista site, so get myself out there. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. I've already made Hero aware of my plans, and he's already trained Minmatar cruisers and some medium projectile turret skills, so we should be able to fit a half decent cruiser. So we want to open up the ship tree here and let's have a look at what ships are available to us and what we might be flying. Alright, so we have the normal kind of navy issue ships at the top there. I don't think we'll be going for them, mainly because we don't know how much ISK we're going to be getting back, and yeah, they cost an arm and a leg, so we'll be leaving them for now. If it does turn out to be something that's worth a lot of money, then maybe we'll upgrade the ship. But for now, I think we shall either go with a Stabber or the Rupture. I don't think we're going for the Scythe whatsoever, because it's kind of pointless to us. Bellicose, we don't have any light missile skills, or not many light missile skills, so not really any good. So yep, Stabber or Rupture. Now I would say the Rupture, just because it seems to be able to fit a slightly better tank, and that little bit of extra staying power will really help us when it comes to running some of these combat sites. So I'm going to leave you to pick which ship you want here. I will trust your instinct, get a ship fitted out, and we'll be back once you're all done, and we'll get ourselves to those combat sites. Okay, so Hero's going to surprise us with whatever ship he's gone for. Go on, don't leave us hanging too long, Hero. Let's have a look what you've got. There you go. And you've gone for the Rupture. Good choice. Looks a little bit like a power drill, but hey, it's going to do exactly what we want it to do, so who are we to complain? So let's have a look at the fitting and see what we've managed to squeeze on here. That's the one. And straight away we can see it cost about 16 million is to buy, so it's not going to cost an absolute fortune if you do accidentally lose one. In the highs, obviously you've got your damage mods. You're going for the 1, 2, 3 and 4 650mm scout cannons, and also a heavy missile bay as well. Propulsion there, and a few shield rigs, going for a shield tank. It's important to note that we're going to be fighting the Guristas, and they'll be dealing out thermal and kinetic damage, so there's the shield hardness for that. Also 2 shield power relays at the bottom, and some damage mods as well. And yeah, shield rigs in the rig slots. So, as I said, it's important to note that we're fighting Guristas. Every faction is slightly different when it comes to damage to resist and damage to deal. Guristas, we need to deal thermal and kinetic, and also resist thermal and kinetic. And our DPS is a little bit low, but we have the right type of ammunition, and we also have the Hornets, which are going to be doing the kinetic damage as well for us. And yeah, it doesn't look like a bad little ship. DPS is low, tank not incredibly brilliant, but we are an alpha, and to be honest, we've not done too bad considering the price as well. So what you need to do now is get yourself to a Caldari high sec system, mainly 5. If you can, obviously the lower the system, the better the sites are going to be. And what are you doing, hero? Oh, you've given yourself a present. Alright, so you've gifted yourself the Headhunter skin. Can't really complain at that. You've actually not charged yourself anything, so it is completely a free gift. So it's not going to mess up any numbers we're going to be trying to get out of this. So yeah, you might as well throw that skin on. At least it'll give you something nice to look at while you're shooting at the bad guys. While you're doing that, I'll just explain to everyone that all the factions deal different damage. So the Angel Cartel, Blood Raiders, Gurista all deal different damage, and they all resist different damage. So you need to watch out for that. I'll leave a link in the description below for a little website that'll show you what you need to be dealing and what you need to be resisting. And that actually looks quite nice as well. It's one of the latest skins, the Headhunter one. So yeah, looks quite pretty. So what you need to do now is get yourself, as I said, to a Caldari high security system, because that's where we'll find the Gurista sites. And once you're there, we'll have a look at running 1 or 2 and see exactly what's involved. So yeah, get yourself out Disowned hero and let's start fighting some bad guys. So here we are in our absolutely gorgeous Rupture still. We're in a 0.7 security system. We were on our way to a 0.5 system, but then if you look in the probe scanner here, there's an awful lot of combat sites just sitting there. And it'd be an absolute shame if we just rolled through without at least trying some of these out. So we're interested in anything that has the word Gurista in it. You see there's a drone assembly there. That's not the sites we're after. All the good loot apparently is in the Gurista sites, so that's what we're going to be running. So as soon as we warp to it, you get a little information box like this one. And this is just telling us a little bit about the faction inside. There are different sites. There are sites called DED sites, where that information box will tell you how difficult the site's going to be and all different bits of information. But to be honest, we'll cover them if and when we get to them. They contain different rooms and different enemies and stuff, and it can be a little bit more complicated. But yeah, this is quite a basic site, so all we need to do is warp to it. And Hero also has a mobile tractor beam in his cargo hold as well, so once he's at a fairly decent range, or a range he's happy with, he's just going to deploy it and then orbit around his tractor beam, because, well, we don't need to worry too much about range and stuff here, because as you can see, it's a very basic site with just a few frigates inside. So you see in the information box at the top there, every time Hero clicks on one of the frigates, it's going to give us a bounty value. So we're going to get this in cash every time we kill one of the ships, and the bounties do vary between ships, with frigates obviously being the cheapest bounties, and then when you get up to battle cruisers and bigger, they're obviously a lot more every time you kill them. But yeah, quite a basic site means quite a basic bounty payout. So what we're interested in really is the loot. Apparently there's good loot at these sites, and that's what the mobile tractor's for. It's going to save time when it comes to collecting all the loot up, and should hopefully increase our ISK per hour. So what we need to do now is just blow everything up. Once we destroy this wave, you'll probably find another wave will come in. Maybe another. Different sites have different amounts of waves, but that is it. We just need to stay here and just destroy absolutely anything that comes in, unless it's a real player. Just do not treat real players in high security space. You will not enjoy it, and Concord will quite gladly add you to their kill mail list. So yeah, we'll leave you to it here. What we'll do now is use the fancy art of editing to create a little montage of you just blowing things up. So we'll see you soon. Alright, so that's the site completed, and the mobile tractor, there we go, has just finished pulling in the last bit of loot. So let's have a look inside and see what we got. 93 or basically 94,000 is actually, well, it's quite depressing if I'm honest. And with the bounties on top, I'd reckon we got maybe 150,000 maybe. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, it didn't actually take too long, as Hero said. It only took a few minutes to actually complete this site, but it's still not very good monies. So hopefully there is to be made out there in these sites somewhere, or maybe we need to try lower security sites. I'm not quite sure, but keep going, Hero, and hopefully we'll find some loot somewhere along the road. Alright, Hero, how are you getting on? That looks like an awful lot of firepower coming your way. And what are you doing in low security space? Okay, so Hero's getting bored of the low payouts in the high security space and how monotonous it was kind of becoming because it was that easy. So he's ventured into low security space, so let's just have a look at how this is going to pan out. So basically the site will run exactly the same. Obviously there's a lot more enemies in here now. And he also needs to keep an eye on his D-scan because other players could always walk in and kill him. The bounties are near enough the same. Obviously you're still attacking the frigates there, but there is some bigger ships there, so there'll be some bigger bounties. And your shield is kind of melting. You're melting there, Hero. You might want to think about getting out. You have deployed your tractor beam. It's up to you if you want to maybe try risk getting that back. No, I would definitely just get out now. Yeah, you're going to lose your ship, Hero. Get out. No, forget your drones. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to save some money, but you need to get out before you die. No, that's it. I think you've lost your ship there. Rookie mistake here. You've tried to collect all your drones and stuff, and you've just blew up your ship essentially. So congratulations on that. We're now a ship down, but like I said, it didn't cost too much anyway, so we should easily be able to replace it. Let's have a look at the kill mail, and as you can see, you've actually destroyed how many? What, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 ships you managed to destroy, and it cost you what, 19 million, 10 million or something, I'd say 19 million. Yeah, that's with the loot and everything as well. Congratulations. Are you happy? No, don't worry about it. I'm only messing with you. Yeah, go get another ship, Hero, and try again. I think with our skills and the ship class we're in, you know, we're not really ready for low security space quite yet. Okay, so I've left Hero to go and carry on destroying things in high security space mainly. He doesn't seem too happy. He seems to think the payout's quite low. But I've persuaded him to buy another ship and to fit it with a core probe scanner, so he's going to be scanning down hopefully a few different sites, maybe get into a few DED sites, get a few escalations, and hopefully get a bit more ISK. But he seemed a little bit upset that he lost his ship, so you know, that's going to be the end of this video here. But next time we'll have a look at some more complicated sites and maybe bump up a ship class as well, go for a, I don't know, a hurricane maybe, something like that, and run some more complicated sites and hopefully see if we can get a little bit more ISK. So for now, that's going to be the end of this video. If you did enjoy the video, then please hit the like button down below. If you're not already a subscriber, then hit the subscribe button while you're there. And if you do have any comments or suggestions on what I can do next, then leave a comment down below. I will read it and I will get back to you. So for now, take care, and I'll see you right here very soon in another video. Bye-bye. This ship was a lot friendlier to use. I managed to have all modules running, unfriendly and more space. Essentially the site's going to play out exactly the same as before. We're going to